Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday night ARCA series brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Getting ready for the Glowy 120 here at Pocono Raceway. Getting ready for 40 laps here at the tricky triangle. Currently Gentry up at the top of the leaderboard. Jamie Horn sits back in second. He's right there on the back bumper of the 6. That is Hunter Folly. Excuse me. A few drivers. I'm still working through getting used to their names and their car numbers and everything. But as you see, Jamie Horn working around the Hunter Folly here. Christopher Simon, currently your third fastest driver. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. You see Jamie Horn 28 points ahead of Justin McMahon. Stephen Bonomo sits back in the third spot. Then Jonathan Smith and Ken Byers jumping up 6 spots in the 5th. Brandon Trush falls back 2 spots in the 6th. Mike Leftwich 2 spots back down in the 7th. Jackson Sibley jumps up 6 spots up into 8th. And then Bill Gentry and Jason Ross, your top 10. I'll leave this up on the screen so you can see where your favorite driver is currently on the speed charts. As the checker flag is now falling here on practice. Sorry for a little bit of a late start. Had some small little glitches here with our software as it's getting ready for the update next week. And that's why there's no racing next week here in the Doghouse Racing League, because there is a big update with the cars. So usually they take a week off when there is an update. But we're here tonight from Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. Very, very unique racetrack. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now, we're getting qualifying underway. You see Christopher Simon, the first driver, out onto the racetrack. Bill Gentry also out there on the racetrack. He was your quickest in practice. We'll see how he fares here in qualifying. I just noticed that my logo is missing there from the top of the tower. As you see Bill Gentry coming across down the longest straightaway here. Actually, you got Tyler Millett coming down the longest straightaway in NASCAR, down the Long Pond Straight and into turn number 1. I apologize for the quietness for a second as we get something fixed up on our end. Sometimes you get updates that come through and you don't realize something's broken until you look over there and notice what you're looking for is not there anymore. As Ken Byers has gone to the top of the leaderboard with a 53.21. And he's still getting out of here on his second lap. See if his second lap's a little bit quicker. Pocono's unique, though. 3 unique corners, all modeled after different racetracks throughout history. some of the most famous racetracks indeed. As Ken Byers makes his way through turn number 3 and onto this long front straightaway. You want to really nail turn 3. Try to get as much speed as you can down this long straightaway. And his second lap is a little bit quicker with a 53.10, puts him up at the top of the leaderboard. He is about a 10th ahead of Jamie Horn, which is not something you normally see. Here's Adam Gardner coming down the chute between turns 1 and 2. Makes his way through what we call the tunnel turn, which is one of the fastest parts of the racetrack. Justin Command moves up into the 4th position. We got about 40 seconds left here in qualifying. And Gardner's going to catch the outside wall and going to loop it down onto pit road hard. Here's the 10 of John Smith. See him running down over those rumble strips, running a Mark Martin style paint job with that Nap Daddy car. It's a great looking paint job on that 10 machine. He jumps up into the 16th position. Here's Richard Leclerc coming across the stripe. He's going to jump up into 17th. And it looks like that is going to do it for qualifying. So we'll throw this up here so we can take a quick look at the racetrack. You see the shape of it right there. Turn 1 is configured after the old Trenton Speedway. Turn 2, we call it the tunnel turn. That's shaped like Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And turn 3 is shaped just like the Milwaukee Mile. So all 3 corners are going to be a little bit different. Turn 1, again, based after Trenton Speedway, 14 degrees of banking. Turn 2, just like Indianapolis, has 8 degrees of banking. Turn 3, like the Milwaukee Mile, has 6 degrees of banking. So 3 totally different corners. Makes things very, very difficult around here. Let's take a look here at our starting lineup. Ken Byers is going to be your pole sitter. Jamie Horn going to roll off from position number 2. Brandon Trush and Justin McMahon make up row number 2 with Jackson Sibley in the 18 and Adam Gardner in row number 3. Christopher Simon rolls off from the 4th spot with Chris Leftwich back in the 8th position. Tyler Millette and Hunter Geyer round out your top 10. 11th, we'll find Jason Ross and Mike Leftwich with Mark Dumont and Daniel Wilkerson making up row number 7. Back in row 8, we'll find Gary Armillo and John Smith, followed by Richard Leclerc and Anthony Smith. Rolling off 19th will be Bill Gentry with Travis Neiman back in the 20th position. 21st is Stephen Bonomo and Hunter Foley rolls off from the 22nd position. 23rd will be Matt Smith with Michael Dow back in 24th. And rounding out the field here tonight will be the 77 of Cody Baumeister. So as the cars are making their way out onto the racetrack, 2.5 miles is the track distance. Again, all 3 corners completely different. It's going to make for some interesting racing here tonight. This long front straightaway, a lot of drafting will be involved. You might see some dive bombs down into turn number 1. Turn 2, another great passing zone. You can make a lot of time up through the fastest corner of the speedway. Turn 3, though, that's the corner you really want to nail to get a great run down that long pond speedway or straightaway. So cars just making their way off of turn number 2 down the short chute towards turn number 3, which again, a good launch off turn number 3. The front stretch here is 3,055 feet, just over a half mile long by itself. So that's why these drivers got to make sure to get a good launch off of that quarter. 40 laps will be the distance again. Caution break on lap number 20 for the stage if we do not have 2 cautions before then. As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Jamie Horn going to lead him down to the... Actually, it was Ken Byers going to lead him down to the start here, but Jamie Horn got a great jump there on that outside. Jessup Command rolls back into second. Already we see new drivers trying to take advantage of that start. We'll see them spread out here, especially on starts and restarts when they're all bunched up together like this. Here's Jackson Sibley taking a look down underneath the 08 of Hunter Guy. We got, oh, hard contact into the outside wall. Caution is out there, still wrecking in the back. We got one up and over on his lid. Believe that is Bill Gentry. Bill Gentry up and over on his lid. It was. And that is going to bring up our first wreckage rewind. And that did not take very long at all. We saw Jackson Sibley, who got through that, was 3 wide for a moment. So let's see if we can see. We see what happens here. So it actually starts with the 23 of Brandon Trush. Has to check up to keep him running into the back of Chris. Everybody's kind of checking up. Adam Gardner checks up. Chris Simon checks up. That puts him 3 wide. Trush has nowhere to go. And the 08 of Hunter Folly gets the worst of it here. And then we see him just, I'm not sorry, not Hunter Folly. The 08 of Hunter Geyer gets the worst of it there. And then you just see drivers come piling into it, just nowheres to go. You see the 6 of Hunter Folly making hard contact with the inside. Michael Dow gets a chunk of it. You see Bill Gentry up and over on his roof. Let's ride along with Gentry here and kind of see exactly what he just saw. Actually, let's go ahead and ride up on the roof here. So that'll give us the best view. Just nowheres to go. Let's use the roll bar here. That way we can get through it completely. I think that was Daniel Wilkerson that just nowheres to go and up and over on his roof. Tough break. Trying to see who that was that got turned right in front of him here. Yeah, it was Daniel Wilkerson. You see that 28. And yeah, wow, just launches that 4 up and over. So a tough start for a few drivers. A lot of drivers on pit road. We see Mike Leftwich topping off fuel. We see Hunter Folly had a little bit of damage. He came down and got it fixed. Michael Dow getting some damage fixed as well. Jackson Sibley still on pit road. Looks like he's got quite a bit of damage because he's been on pit road for quite a while now. John Smith on pit road with some damage. Brandon Trush, obviously a lot of damage. You see Jackson Sibley down away. Hunter Geyer, a ton of damage on that thing. Daniel Wilkerson might be done for the evening with as much damage as his car sustained. Same with Bill Gentry in that 4, who was up and over on his roof. So we cross the line this time. The lights on the pace car will be off. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners that make this possible. Of course, couldn't do anything without our series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer. Racing dealer with a full line of diecast, including Cup, O'Reilly's, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, coolers, and more. Stop by, check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidенascaroutlet.com. Also, Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential with Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. Of course, got to thank our race sponsor tonight, Glowy. This is the Glowy Cleaning 120. And, of course, a great partner of both us and the Doghouse Racing League, and that is Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, or you're just looking for some of Atlee and Weese's racing gear as he gets geared up for another season down at Langley, check out our website over at intensityracing.com. Of course, links down below for all of what I mentioned before, all of our partners down in the description. So here we go as the field makes their way towards turn number 3. We get ready to go back. Green flag racing kind of gives you an idea just how big this racetrack is here up in the Pocono Mountains. Pace car is going to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Jamie Horn going to take the outside here, and he is going to hit the gas here in the restart zone, get a great jump down the front stretch here towards turn number 1. And already we're starting to see a little bit of jockeying around in the back of the field. You see the 6 of Hunter Foley falling back a little bit right now. I don't know if that damage, he's got too much damage and he's just not able to keep up. Or he's just trying to keep it a little bit on the safer side right now. While Jackson Sibley trying to run down the 117 of Richard Leclerc. Here comes Steven Bonomo taking a look out to the inside. So I think Jackson got a little high there off the corner, had to get out of the gas. That allowed Bonomo to get a run on him down into turn number 3. As they come down the straightaway, we saw Anthony Smith a little sideways off the corner. Easy to do here. See Jason Ross and Mark Dumont side by side towards turn number 1. Dumont going to jump up into the 7th position. Meanwhile, up front, Chris Leftwich trying to get around the 24 of Justin McMahon. You see 99 of Ken Byers right there in the mix as well. Leftwich trying to make a move there on the 24 of McMahon. Just not able to do it. That's going to might cost him here. You see the 99 of Ken Byers trying to make a move down the front stretch as well. Oh, Jamie Horn doing a little serpentine down the front stretch. Got a little greedy with it. Caught the outside wall. And the draft here is a very, very strong start. So you'll see, especially down the straightaway, down that long straightaway, which is just over a half mile long, you'll see them kind of dip down to the inside, swerve down the straightaway, try to break that draft the best they can. Everybody, though, kind of single file here in the middle of the pack. As Jamie Horn makes his way off of turn number 3. Let's see if he tries the serpentine. Now it looks like he's going to stay up against the wall this time, trying not to break that draft. As Ken Byers going to take a move now on Just McMahon. He was able to get around Christopher Simon. Now he's going to try to move up into second position here. McMahon cut up on that high side. Yes. Chris Leftwich going to take another move down to the inside of Byers. And now Tyler Millett sees the momentum loss from Ken Byers. He's going to try to make a move down to the inside as they come into turn number 3. Jamie Horn, though, still trying to stay in line, trying to keep that line behind him. You see a bit of a breakaway, too. Our top 8 cars have broken away. You see the 8 of Mark Dumont, and then the gap almost 2 seconds back to the 97 of Anthony Smith. Jackson Sibley back in this group as well. You got Steven Bonomo right there on the back bumper, and they're still working through the field pretty good. Sibley's lost a few positions because of that incident earlier, but he's trying to make them back. Oh, he catches the wall, hits a little contact there with Bonomo. Bonomo able to hold on to it, though. And turn 3, it's really easy to catch that outside wall because you're getting so much momentum off that corner. Trying to get a good run down that long straightaway as we see a little drafting here, a little bump drafting. Ken Byers giving a big push to Mike Leftwich down into the tunnel turn. So move Chris Leftwich up into the second position, although McMahon starting to fight back on that high side. While all this is going on, Bill Gentry has just left pit road, and he is back on the racetrack after that that flip down the backstretch a few moments ago. In chat, we see come on 97, get some position. Talking about Anthony Smith, who's in a battle right now with Jackson Sibley, Gary Armillo, and Steven Bonomo. Trying to lead this back group right now. And with the battling going on behind him, he's able to pull away just a little bit as Jackson Sibley takes a look down to the inside of Gary Armillo. They're side by side off of turn number 3. Onto the straightaway, and they're going to tuck back in line. As now we see the 8 of Mike Leftwich and Steven Bonomo. They're going to go 3 wide with Jackson Sibley down the front stretch here. And plenty of room to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Meanwhile, up at the front of the pack, Just McMahon, Ken Byers. This entire front pack nose to tail as Byers going to take a look down underneath Just McMahon as they come down the short chute towards turn number 3. And Chris Leftwich looking up on the high side of McMahon as we got a bunch of cars coming down pit road. Jamie Horn and Just McMahon both hitting pit road here. See this back group working around the lap car. That is the 10 of John Smith. They're working around, a lot of damage to that 10 machine. Missing his entire front end. Matt Smith, another driver with a ton of damage, able to get some laps in tonight. How about this? The forward Bill Gentry, after being up and over on his roof, now finds himself back on the racetrack, logging some laps. Christopher Simon, Mark Dumont battling it out back here. This is for 5th and 6th. Then you go back here to this big gaggle of cars, all battling it out hard. You see Jackson Sibley still trying to work. Looking down to the inside of Stephen Bonomo. The other thing some of these drivers might be doing, not just are they trying to battle with 3 different corners, but some of them are even doing a little bit of shifting as the 7 of Gary O'Meo gets down on the flat there trying to get that car to turn. It's going to lose quite a bit of momentum though. Right along here with Jackson Sibley. Let's listen to if he's shifting here down in the corners. That sounds like he's staying in 4th gear, but you can see, oh! Mike Leftwich comes right up in front of Jackson Sibley. Gets up into the marbles on the outside there. Well, let's ride along here with Chris Leftwich. Let's listen here, see if he's shifting here. Oh, well, he's coming down pit road, so we'll ride along with Tyler Millette. I'm just curious if anybody is shifting, because it is an option. Does sound like everybody is staying in 4th gear, so quite a few drivers down pit road. See Ken Byers. Oh, the 81 of Christopher Simon has gone around on pit road. See what happened here to the 81. Well, it looks like he just kind of cooked it coming into his pit style. So most of the field has come down pit road. We see Tyler Millette and Mike Leftwich both coming down pit road right now. So Mark Dumont, Stephen Bonomo, Gary O'Meara, Anthony Smith, Richard Leclerc, and Travis Niemann all yet to pit. When it all shakes back around, it looks like Adam Gardner is going to be your leader. I see the last time Gardner was on the pit road. Well, he was last on pit road on lap 3 as Anthony Smith makes his way down on the pit road. Michael Dow, he came down pit road on lap number 2, along with Jackson Sibley. As Jackson Sibley without a front end on his car now. He's got a lot of damage. Don't know if that was from when he ran up into the outside wall a few minutes ago or if he got into the back of somebody. But a lot of damage to that 18 machine now. As we are just a few laps away from the halfway point. I'm sorry, it was lap 48 laps tonight. I thought it was only 40, so lap 24 will be the stage as Stephen Bonomo takes over the lead. Right behind Bonomo, you see that gaggle of cars. You see the 117, Richard Leclerc, Travis Neiman back there, Michael Dow, Adam Gardner, Jackson Sibley. Sorry, Jack Sibley's not in that. That's, we know Neiman, Richard Leclerc, Michael Dow, Adam Gardner. Jackson Sibley sits back in 6th, running all by himself. A lot of damage to that car. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to that 6th position very long. And now he's about 3 seconds off the pace compared to the rest of the field. So a tough break for Sibley as Richard Leclerc now makes his way down on the pit road. So that just leaves us about 5 cars left to pit now. Sounds like Travis Neiman's going to be pitting this time. The other thing we really didn't talk about, this is a very tricky pit road to get onto and to keep from speeding. If we ride along here with Neiman, you'll notice here as they come down past the scoring pylon, the track actually comes up the hill a little bit and then starts going down the hill. And it's really easy to speed in those last couple pit stalls. You see Adam Gardner coming down the hill. It's really easy to speed in these last few pit stalls because of the elevation. That's one thing these drivers are going to have to watch out for as we see Michael Dow has taken over the lead. He last pit on lap number 2 along with Jackson Sibley. And I think they're trying to run it out right to the stage. Well, Jackson Sibley did come down pit road, so just Michael Dow, last driver to need to pit here under this round of pit stops. I don't think he's going to be able to make it all the way to the stage end. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Got quite a bit of a lead over second place Jamie Horn. A whole 20 seconds, which is pretty much half, a little more than the front stretch. Let's ride along here with Michael Dow. Let's see here if he's saving any fuel here into the corners. Okay, here I'm really soft on the throttle here. Really slowing this car down. Doesn't sound like he's even really running full throttle. Got a car in front of him. That's going to help him save a little bit of fuel here, I think. Just kind of riding behind. as the 18 of Jackson Sibley. So he's just trying to kind of cruise right here. Oh, he's going to look down underneath Sibley. As well as you see Bill Gentry going to come around the outside. And I think Michael Dow might be pitting this time. He's really slow on the bottom of the racetrack here. And yeah, he is going to have to peel down onto pit road. That is going to give the lead to Jamie Horn. Of course, we are going to have one more pit stop here. Probably two more pit stops as the caution flies. So stage did come out just a little bit early. Talking about it right now with race control. Got a little premature there on the stage, but Jamie Horn will be your stage winner. Justin McMahon, Ken Byers, Chris Leftwich, and Jason Ross, your top 5. Christopher Simon, Tyler Millette, Travis Niemann, Anthony Smith, and Mark Dumont round out the top 10. It's going to give the field an opportunity to re-rack, restack. And they'll be making their way down pit road here. Again, most drivers were just on pit road a few laps ago. So we could see a couple drivers taking fuel only, maybe just 2 tires. So here comes the entire field making their way down pit road. So Michael Dow is going to be out on the racetrack. He will be receiving an EOL, though, for being in pit road when the caution came out. Sorry, I'm trying to hear the radio. They're talking about the standings and EOLs here coming down due to the caution coming out a little early. So we'll monitor that situation. Of course, while we're under caution here, we do want to thank again our great partners that make this possible, including Trackside NASCAR Outlet, your authorized Lionel dealer, with a full line of diecast, including Cup, O'Reilly's, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. NASCAR Trackside Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers, and so much more. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Of course, we're also a great partner with Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential with Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to help fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. Of course, our great partner and the Doghouse Racing League's great partner, the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products that uses feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkickerNASCAR.com. As we see a bunch of cars coming down pit road here, they are just topping off on fuel. Also, can't forget about our great partner, Glowy. This is the Glowy 120, Glowy Cleaning 120, so check them out as well. And the Doghouse Racing League's website is down in our description as well for news, standings, stats, and more. Check out the Doghouse Racing League's website at doghouseracingle.com. While you're at it, check out our website as well if you're looking for Atliat Luis's racing gear as he gears up for the upcoming season. Or you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, get a quote today over at intensityracing.com. Well, the lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Jason Ross will be your control car on the inside. Mark Dumont to the outside. Tyler Millette and Travis Nealman back in row number 2. Michael Dow, Stephen Bonomo in row number 3. Jamie Horn and Kenneth Byers in row 4. Then Hunter Foley and Justin McMahon back in row number 5. As the pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Jason Ross reaches the restart zone where he's going to be on the gas, and we are back racing here at Pocono. And watch for these drivers to really fan out here down into turn number 1. But you kind of, so far, just 2 lines down into turn number 1. As Jason Ross able to hold on to the lead as Tyler Millette makes his way around Mark Dumont and up into the second position. Right behind him, we've got some 3 wide as Jamie Horn goes all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Around Michael Dow and the 6 of Hunter Foley. More 3 and 4 wide racing here in the middle of the pack. And everybody survives the tunnel turn cleanly. Back up front, Travis Nealman trying to work around the outside of Tyler Millette. As they come down on the Long Pond straightaway. We have just 20 laps to go. Jason Ross out in clean air, and he is starting to pull away as Mark Dumont sits back in the second spot, and Travis Nealman up into the 3rd position. Don't look now, here comes 2 fast drivers, Kenneth Byers and Jamie Horn, as Byers going to look down to the inside of Stephen Bonomo. Going to think better of it, tuck back in line. Here comes Justin McMahon with a run around Jamie Horn down into the tunnel turn. So McMahon up into the 7th position as Tyler Millette battling side by side with Nealman as they come through turn number 3. Let down on the rumble strip there, trying to take as short a way around the racetrack as possible. See a couple shout outs here in the chat. Go Richard 117 from Lucy, and Country Chick 2102 says let's go 94. You see Tyler Millette trying to get a run back on the 16 of Nealman. Now it's Stephen Bonomo having a great run up 16 spots from where he started. Currently sitting in the 5th position, but he's got a mirror full of Ken Byers. Byers going to get a huge run here. They come down into turn number 3. Try to get the big launch off the Long Pond straightaway here. We'll see quite a bit of bump drafting, some pushing, some shoving down this straightaway. Everybody pretty much in line, though. We're not seeing a lot of blocks or serpentining down the straightaways at the moment. Although as laps wind down, would not be surprised to see the entire snake really move around down these long straightaways. As Tyler Millette now side by side as they go 3 wide down the short chute towards turn number 3. Ken Byers going to get a 2-for-1 special there. Again, around both Tyler Millette and the 16 of Travis Neiman. Though Neiman trying to fight back on the high side as they come down the straightaway. Much better launch for the 16. You see just how advantageous that is on this long, long straightaway. Of course, I do believe everybody will have to come down at pit road one more time. Ken Byers trying to get around the 16, and here comes Tyler Millette trying to follow him through as well. As Newman tries to pinch down off the corner. Oh, Bonomo catches the outside wall. Just McMahon takes evasive action there, side by side down the front stretch. And ooh, somebody just lost their bumper in the back, I think. That might have been Gary Armio. Let's go back here and see if we can see what happened, because I saw a bumper fly off a car here. And yeah, look at Gary Armio here. Oh, gets turned across the front bumper of Anthony Smith there. So a lot of damage. Oh, look at the right front of that 7 machine. So he tries to limp around the racetrack and get back to pit road. And on my screen here, I do see that he has a meatball flag. I also see Anthony Smith here has to serve a black flag. There's some hard racing still going on in the middle of the pack here. Steven Bonomo going to tuck back in behind Chris Simon. Try to give him a shove here down the front stretch. Now everybody kind of getting back in the single file. Christopher Simon battling with Michael Dow here. This is back in the 10th position. We have 13 laps to go. Jason Ross still out in front. Oh, Ken Byers trying to make a move around the 00, not quite able to make that happen. They've got almost a 2-second gap over third place Travis Neiman. How about Jamie Horn? lost the lead back in dirty air, and he is not able to do anything with it. This car trying to get around the 56 of Adam Gardner. This is a battle for the 9th position. Meanwhile, Travis Neiman gets pushed way up the racetrack. Was just running in 3rd. He's going to lose quite a few positions here. See Bonomo trying to get a run by as well. As Siu Bonomo hits pit road. So he's going to be the first of our drivers making their last pit stop. And that could be part of Jamie Horn's strategy right now as well. Trying to save a little bit of fuel, run this one long. Put himself in position to get the win. Again, 11 laps to go, coming to 10 laps to go. See if anybody else peels off on the pit road here as Adam Gardner battling right here with the 81 of Christopher Simon. And no takers on the pit road this time. Actually, I take that back. Jackson Sibley coming on the pit road. His final pit stop done. Siu Bonomo back on the racetrack. Just a 2-tire stop for Bonomo. I think Anthony Smith might have been on pit road recently as well. Yeah, Anthony Smith was on pit road due to the penalty that he had earlier. Here comes your leader, Jason Ross, on the pit road. That's going to give the lead of the race to Chris Leftwich, and right behind we saw 3 wide racing with Travis Neiman, Mark Dumont, and Ken Byers. See what Jason Ross does here. Looks like right sides are up on that race car. See if he drops the jack and takes off here. No, it looks like, yeah, 2 tires for the 00. I thought he was taking 4, but it looks like just 2. As Mark Dumont takes over the race lead. Does anybody else peel off on the pit road this time? Haven't heard anything on the radio. Ooh, Adam Gardner catches the outside wall pretty hard right there. It looks like everybody's staying out at this lap. As Dumont is coming up on the 18 of Jackson Sibley. Gardner looking down to the inside of Michael Dow. As Ken Byers now makes his way down on the pit road. And did he get slowed down in time? Looks like he did. I don't see a black flag for the 99, so it sounds like Richard Leclerc might be saving a little bit. Yeah, you hear him shutting that car off. One of the drivers is trying to save a little bit of fuel to make it to the end without stopping. We're right along here with Leclerc. Yeah, you hear him shutting that car off in the corner. saving as much fuel as he can to make it these last 7 laps and get a good finish out of here. He's one of the drivers who's really, really good at being able to save some fuel. Right now he's making that work as he runs back in the 8th position. His fellow countryman, Mark Dumont, sits back in the lead, but he's got a mirror full of Travis Neiman, and Chris Leftwich is coming in a hurry as well. I heard somebody just say they were pitting this time, so we'll see. I think it's Mark Dumont coming down pit road here. It is. So that's going to put Travis Newman. As you see in the chat here, more cheering on for the 117. My French is not where it needs to be, but I think it's OKW 117. As we see Travis Neiman making his way down onto pit road. And ooh, he might have sped coming down on the pit road just a little bit. Taking a look here, waiting for that black flag to pop up, but it does not. So he was able to safely make it on the pit road. As Chris Leftwich now assumes the lead here, Jamie Horn right behind. And I think Jamie Horn was saving some fuel. That's why he was running in the back of the pack. Is it going to work out for him? Is Christopher Simon going to be able to hang on to this one here? As we have 4 laps, coming to 3 laps to go when they cross the line this time. Another driver coming down pit road. That looks like Bill Gentry making his way onto pit road. Currently running in the 20th position, so gained quite a few laps coming out here and running around. As we hear Chris Leftwich off the throttle as well, shutting that car down, saving some fuel. Here's Jamie Horn. I think Jamie Horn might be doing the same thing as well. We'll listen as he comes down through the tunnel turn. Got another driver shutting that car off, trying to save as much fuel as you can. You can't burn fuel if the car is not running. The question is, are these drivers going to have enough fuel to make it to the end, as we have 2 laps to go? Looks like pretty much everybody trying to stretch it right now. Jason Ross has made his way back up into the 7th position. One of the drivers that did come down pit road and take 2 tires. Although I don't think it's going to be enough. Gardner, another driver, saving some fuel right now, sits back in the 4th position. As Chris Leftwich makes his way down through turn number 3. And he's coming to the white flag. Just 1 more lap to go. Do these drivers have enough fuel in the tank to go another 2.5 miles? Oh, Richard Leclerc out of fuel coming down pit road. His top 5 finish is over as Chris Leftwich comes down the backstretch and into turn number 2. Christopher Simon has made his way around Jamie Horn to take over the second position. As Leftwich through turn number 3. Does he have enough fuel to make it down the straightaway? Off of turn 3, down the front stretch, and Chris Leftwich is going to win the Glowy 120 here at Pocono. Christopher Simon brings it home P2. Jamie Horn back in position number 3. Adam Gardner comes home in 4th. And Mike Leftwich is going to sneak out a 5th place finish here. There's Justin McMahon coming across the line in 6th. Jason Ross in 7th. Ken Byers brings it home in 8th. Bonomo 9th. And Mark Dumont comes home in 10th. But Chris Leftwich has enough fuel to make a victory lap here. Chris Leftwich is going to burn what little fuel he has here with a celebration here on the front stretch. See if he's got enough fuel to do a couple burnouts here. You know, I just went through the entire finishing order and I did not realize I was on mute. So let's try this again. Christopher Leftwich gets the win. Christopher Simon back in 2nd. Jamie Horn, Adam Gardner, and Mike Leftwich, your top 5. Justin McMahon back in the 6th position. Jason Ross in 7th. Ken Byers, Stephen Bonomo, and Mark Dumont round out your top 10. Travis Neeman back in the 11th spot. Tyler Millette back in 12th. Michael Dow, Richard Leclerc, and Anthony Smith, your top 15. Jackson Sibley back in 16th. Hunter Foley in 17th. Matt Smith in the 18th position. 19th was John Smith. And then Bill Gentry back in the 20th spot. Brandon Trush, Gary Romeo, Daniel Wilkerson, Hunter Geyer, and Cody Baumeister make up the field here tonight from Pocono. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, starting with your 3rd place finisher. That's the 98 of Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, great run for you here tonight. There was a point there on that last run. You're sitting back there, back in the mix, 9th and 10th. I didn't know if it was just dirty air that caught you off guard, but then I just noticed that you were saving fuel. You're able to run this thing to the end. Talk about the strategy there, especially, obviously having a long run, a track that doesn't really see too many cautions. What was the strategy here tonight to get yourself to the end?
Yeah, I figured we probably wouldn't have a caution there at the end on that second stage, and I was going to try to save fuel and figured since I won the stage, I could sacrifice trying to do it. I'm not good at saving fuel. I'm good at burning it, but not saving it. So I was trying to do that, and I was actually running out coming to the line, so it barely made it. But I started pushing it too soon. Should have waited probably about 5 more laps where I started going, but I'm not good at saving fuel, so I wasn't sure if I was waiting too long, going too soon. Then quickly realized I was going too soon. So yeah, it just didn't work out the way I thought it might. But good job to Chris. Heck of a job saving.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like a tale of two strategies there. You had a bunch of drivers who were saving fuel, a bunch of drivers who were running hard, making the pit stop there. When did the decision come in to try to make it to the end on fuel, or was that kind of something set back from the beginning?
No, at the stage caution, I decided I was going to try that. I knew coming out we'd be really close, and so I went back in and topped off and just hoping for the best. And I probably shouldn't have run those first couple of laps kind of hard, and probably a lap or two. Then I decided to fall back to the back just to save. And I seen Michael was able to save as much as he was on the first run to get to the stage end. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. And it worked, but it didn't work.
Well, we know we got the week off next week due to the new build, and then we go to Echo Park Speedway, Atlanta Motor Speedway, a little bit of super speedway racing. How do you like your chances there?
I think that you could probably watch me from like a Delta tower somewhere because I'll probably be flying in the air and taking off. There's no telling. So the track's fun. I like the track, but I don't know. I don't fare well at super speedway. So the last couple have been better than what they used to be. So maybe we can keep that trend going and at least get top 5 or 10.
Well, good luck in a couple weeks, and of course, before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Oh, yeah, shout out to you for the broadcast. Shout out to Daniel for everything he does for the league, keeping it going. All our sponsors, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, SSR Designs, Group 6, Butt Kicker, everybody that supports us and helps keep the league running. Shout out to my team, all the hard work they put into trying to bring fast cars each week. And last but not least, shout out to my mom at home.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the third place finish here tonight. Good luck in a couple weeks at Echo Park, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You as well. So that was your third place finisher, Jamie Horn. Let's bring in your second place finisher tonight, Christopher Simon. Christopher, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Coming home in second, able to save enough fuel to make it to the end. Talk us through the strategy here tonight that got you to the end here.
Yeah, like I saw the couple of the leaders started to pit twice at the coming to the station, and I saw them pitting twice. So I was thinking to myself, this might be a fuel mileage race. So I decided to pit again just to try to get enough fuel to the end. And then later on throughout the race, like maybe like 2 or 3 laps in, I see one of the leaders, Jamie, started saving fuel. And I say, okay, this is where it starts where we need to start saving fuel. So I let my teammates know about that, and because just in case, because we have to pit again. So I started saving fuel along with Jamie, and then afterwards, coming to the end, I think I was like behind Jamie, and we're still saving fuel around. I was still saving fuel around that time. So and Chris was saving fuel like about he was all the way up to the front. So near the last lap, I was like almost out of fuel. So I was on the throttle like halfway through the straights. And I think at that point I was by Jamie, and I just kept clutching it in, trying to make it to the end. And I just ran out of fuel by the start finish line, and I crossed the line second. And it was all intense.
It was a great finish there. Did that kind of surprise you, seeing Jamie Horn having to back it out just a little bit more than you? Typically, he's one that's always ahead of the curve and a little quicker than everyone. Surprising to see him slow down that much at the end. Did that kind of catch you off guard?
Yeah, that surprised me too. I was thinking maybe he didn't save as much as I did, because I started like he started saving earlier, and then I noticed it, and then I started saving. But I think I'm not sure if he saved more, I saved more. So I'm thinking maybe I saved a little bit more than he did, and then he started clutching it at the end, rather than because I was lifting more than clutching. So I was able to get by him at the end, and I finished up second.
Well, next week I know we're off. The following week we move on to Echo Park Speedway, a little super speedway racing. How you like your chances there at the new Atlanta?
Super speedway racing is not my favorite tracks, but we'll see how we do there with my team, with Mike and Chris over there. See how we do. Just if you're trying to get together and just try to get up there and try to come out unscathed with how super speedway racing is with big crashes and all. So it's just trying to avoid that and just get a good finish there.
We see the shout out in the chat here. Congratulations, Christopher Simon, at the top 3 podium, second place. We love you, 81. So I think that's one of your family members. Not sure which one.
Yeah, it's my family. They always watch
They always
they always watch
these.
races on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, before we let
always
you go,
cheering me on.
Before we let you go, Chris, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Of course, I want to shout out my family for watching every Tuesday and also Thursday as well. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. It's always fun to watch them after these races are over. You see how everyone's doing over there. And of course, shout out to my teammates, Chris Leftwich and Mike Leftwich at Shoney's Racing. Always fun to run with these guys. Congrats to Chris for winning this race. I'm really happy for him to get that win. And yeah, and shout out to Doghouse, Daniel, and all the admins for putting out this league. It's always fun to run on these days. Always fun.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up here tonight. Good luck in a couple weeks at Echo Park, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, sounds good.
Have a great night.
You too.
There's your second place finisher, Christopher Simon. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, driver of the 83, Chris Leftwich. Chris, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Man, what a run for you here tonight. Saving fuel, came down to the end, and you were able to save just enough to make it to the end. Didn't have quite enough for a burnout, but man, that was intense having to save fuel like that. Talk us through that last run and what you were trying to do a little bit different than everybody else.
I was when I started when we went back to green there, I was actually 3 laps short, and I figured if I stayed in line and just went half throttled out of straightaways, and then while we were in the turns, I'd clutch it, and then with like 7 to go, I started to shut the car off actually in the turns while clutching it. That saved a ton of fuel, and then I was going down the straightaways when I realized that everybody wasn't going to make it in front of me. So I was just at that time I was just focused on my marks and just saving fuel as much as I could. I was actually lifting at the 3 cone mark on the straightaways, going into the turn and shutting the car off. But other than that, no, it was just a lot of making sure I took the shortest route around the track and just trying to stay in line and maintain what I had, because I knew if I was to run full throttle at any point, I knew I wouldn't make it. So I just had to maintain that throttle. That's pretty much it, and use that clutch as much as possible.
Well, solid in the beginning of the race. I believe that first caution there on lap 1 happened right around you. Saw you were able to sneak on through it. I believe you were right behind that. If I'm trying to remember, were you part of that, or able to get around that, or was that behind you?
It happened directly right behind me. I think someone checked up in front of me. I'm not sure exactly what happened in front of me into the tri-oval there, and I had to slam my brakes on, and I guess old 23 didn't get checked up or die or something. I don't know, but he hit me pretty solid in the rear, and I looked up and I just seen him spinning around, and I saw a bunch of cars scatter, and I didn't know what happened. So
now you just refreshed my memory completely, because it was Adam Gardner got in a little early. You had to check up to avoid him. The 23 pounded you. They got 3 wide, and then they wrecked behind you. So, I mean, fortunately, able to come away unscathed, but man, that could have been disastrous for you here on lap number 1. Does that kind of go through your head, knowing that everybody's really aggressive here on these starts and restarts, that kind of make you tiptoe around the corners a little bit more?
Oh yes, most definitely, especially when you're in that dirty air. The car goes really tight, and it creates a really bad push, especially if there's a car on the outside. So you got to be pretty aware of your surroundings. I don't run like 3 triple monitor systems or anything. I just run a regular old TV, and I have to manually look to the right and everything with buttons and stuff. So it's kind of difficult. It's a little tricky at times. But you just gotta like just watch the car in front of you and watch pay attention to your surroundings mostly, and that's pretty much it. And then on the restarts, though, you just gotta get all you can get. You really do. You just gotta time it right, and hopefully you can hit all your gears right. And by the time you get into turn one, that you are actually got a whole full head of steam, and you can do something with it, carry some momentum to the turn, and maybe you can have a good exit and get down, get a good drag race down to the tri-oval. But that's just mostly the main part. The turn 3, though, that's the tricky part. It's just, man, it can be tricky through there. Like, it's real slick sometimes, and if you miss the turn, it can be beneficial sometimes. But when you got older tires, but the bottom, I think, is the best way around through that turn.
Well, able to save the fuel, get the win here tonight, Chris. Next week, well, 2 weeks. Next week we're off. 2 weeks we move on to Echo Park Speedway. I know you like some super speedway racing, so how do you like your chances there?
Actually, I hate super speedway racing. I'm not very good.
You're pretty good. You always seem to be a pretty good super speedway racer from up here. So
I hate it. It's hard to pass sometimes, and if one person makes a mistake in front of you or around you, you're pretty much done. You know, it's just one person makes, it can ruin it for a lot of people. So I really don't care for it, but I mean, it's fun. But I think I have pretty good chances at Echo Park. I actually like that track. I don't really care for Dega or Daytona. I like something with a little bit more challenging, with more takes a little more talent to drive the car, if you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So Echo Park, they'll wear them tires out, and the cars will start sliding around a little bit, and you'll have to lift and stuff. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, we've seen all season long how fast those hands can be in that car. So with some of the saves you've made the last few couple races. So, well, before
I had a pretty wicked save there at what was it, Bristol here last week.
Yeah.
Man, I was swatting flies in that thing.
Oh yeah, we've rode on board with you a few times for those. So man, again, congratulations on the win here tonight. And of course, before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
I want to thank my dad for helping me out with the also with the setups on Thursday nights, and also want to help thank Jamie and Daniel, for everybody, all the admins and everyone, for doing what they do. And also I'd like to thank Jonathan Jennings. He helps us out a lot, and also my teammate, man, he's been going through a lot of health issues lately. And I'm talking about Christopher Simon, the second place you guys should talk to. He's been going through a lot of stuff lately, and he's been pulling through. He's had multiple surgeries, and he's a really tough guy, man, and I'm happy he's still here.
Awesome, man. Well, you do have a shout out here from Jonathan Jennings in the chat that says, "Hell yeah, Chris, good win." So figure I'd give you that shout out as well. And again, good luck in a couple weeks at Echo Park Speedway, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, buddy.
Have yourself a great night.
You too, man.
And there's your winner, Chris Leftwich, here at Pocono Raceway. And that's going to do it for us here tonight from Pocono. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining in here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or on Twitch, don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to check out our great partners down in the description below. And, of course, is our boy at